night.
That's funny. So is the Thanksgiving Day recording?
Yep.
Oh, funny.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna mute everyone. Enjoy your
Sounds good. Thank you. So good morning to those who are jumping on. If you didn't hear me, we're not going to use hand weights today, but we will use our hand mats, or our floor mats. Big focus on flexibility today. I feel like after a long weekend of family and good food, it'll be good to really get some good stretches, move our bodies a little bit. So let's get started. You can come to the front of our chair as we've been talking about the past few weeks. A lot of emphasis on posture. So think about pushing your chest forward, roll your shoulders down and back. And we're going to hold this posture position throughout our warm-up exercises. Let's start with some wrist circles. So you can have your arms out to the side or out in front of you. Let's do 10 in one direction and then we'll switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do some slow neck circles. So instead of doing a full rotation, I just want to go back and forth in the front. So side to side, that's 1. We'll do 5 in total, back and forth. Rolling it down into the side. Move nice and slow for this one. Try to go a little bit further into the stretch each time. That's 3, 4, and 1 more in the front. And 5. So now we're going to try to do those kind of half circles while extending our neck back. So rolling to one side and then keeping our neck extended, rolling to the other side. So going real slow. You can linger in the positions that feel stiff. This is number 3. We'll do 2 more. 4 and 5. All right, bring your chin back to kind of that neutral position. We'll do some big overhead reaches. So with wide fingers, reach up overhead. Take a deep breath at the top and exhale, arms down. Arms up. We're going to hold and take a deep breath at the top. As you exhale, arms come down. Arms come up. Take a deep breath here. Exhale down. Do 2 more like that. Arms come up. Inhale. Exhale down. Last one. Arms come up. Inhale. Exhale down. Let's do a twist for the back of our chair. So I'm bringing my left hand across, holding for the back of my chair, and I'm just going to hold it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to center. Go to the other side. Right hand comes across your body, reaching for the back of your chair. Hold again for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 1 more each way. Left hand across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, right hand across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I want to move on to a power rock and hold. So I'm going to go to my right first. I'm reaching all the way towards the ground. And then I'm coming up with my left hand and my left leg straightens out to the side. So here, let's look up at our hand and open and close for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reset in the middle. Now let's go to the other side. Reaching towards the ground. My right leg straightens out. My right hand up towards the ceiling. And again, we'll open and close for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to center. And if you can't get all the way to the ground, that's okay. Just try to reach down as far as you can. Let's keep going. So reach up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Recenter. And down. Look up at your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4 in total. We're going to go to 10. And reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reset. Halfway done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reset. 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 And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, come back up to center. And I want to do our last couple of warm-up exercises in standing. You can do these sitting if you prefer to stay seated, but if you're going to stand up, go ahead and join me there. I'm going to come behind my chair so that I have something to hold on to. The first one we're going to do is a march, raising your opposite arm and leg. So we've done these ones before, sitting and standing, but a slow, exaggerated march, lifting your knee up as high as you can and raising that opposite arm. So we're going to do 20. You can do the same thing if you're seated, or you can hold on with one hand while you're marching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. We're going to move into a heel raise. So you can hang on for this one, come up on your toes, and then back down slow. Let's do 15 like that. Up on your toes and down slow. That's 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, all about control for this, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10, up, 11, up, 12, up, 13, up, 14, up, and 15. We're going to move into a mini squat. So I'm not worried about depth for this one, really just getting our leg muscles warmed up so you can hold on, mini knee bend, and come up tall. Let's do 10 nice and slow like that. Mini knee bend and up. If you're sitting, you can do a glute set where you're squeezing your glutes and then relaxing. This is 3, 4, just going in a comfortable range, not too deep yet. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do one more round of each of those. So going back to the marches 20 times. 1, 2, nice and slow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Back to our heel raises, coming up on our toes and down slow. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10, we have 5 more, up, 11, up, 12, up, 13, up, 14, up, and 15. And back to our mini squats. So feet are hip width apart, doing a small knee bend and coming back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure your chest is staying up. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, grab some water. We're going to move into some of our flexibility circuits. So the first circuit I have is using our floor mats. I want to get into this position because it allows us to get a better stretch with some of these exercises. I will show you a seated or standing version while we're doing this, but if you can get down onto the ground and feel comfortable doing so, you're going to get more out of these exercises. So we're going to do some flexibility exercises on our mats that are going to set us up for the standing ones that we're going to do. So take a minute and come on down. We're going to start in a half kneeling position like this. Looks like most people are making their way, for those of you who are coming down. So I have one leg out in front of me, and how I'm positioned is that my foot is directly under my knee, so that my knee is making a 90-degree angle. So in this position, we're going to start with a hip flexor stretch. So what you're going to do if you're kneeling is, while staying up tall, gently push your hip forward. So I'll show you from the side. So I start like this, and as I come up, I push my hip forward. So I'm kind of leaning back, but I can be holding on to something here so that you feel a stretch in the front. If you're in your chair, I want you to come up into standing, and I'm going to stretch that same leg. So if I'm stretching my left leg is back, and I'm standing up, pushing my hip forward like this. So from here, I push my hip forward until I feel a stretch on that leg where the foot is in the back. Okay? So we're going to hold for a 20-second count, and then we'll switch legs. So either position that you're in, we're going to hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So now either the other foot is stepping behind you, or you're bringing the other foot in front. Whatever our back leg is, that's the hip that's getting stretched. So the taller that you straighten up, the better you feel the stretch. And then you can make it even further by pushing your hip forward. Again, we'll hold here for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you can keep that leg up or switch. We're going to do a twist now. So I'm going to bring both hands down to the ground. And the hand that is away from my leg, I'm going to twist up to get a rotation and then come back down. And I can even brace my left shoulder on my left knee a little bit so that it's giving it a little bit more support as I twist up and twist down. If you're seated, you can do the same thing from your chair. Sitting in your chair, twist up and come back down, bracing your elbow on your knee. So with one leg up, we're going to rotate 10 times to see if you can keep your hands down. Twist one hand up and look up at your hand, and then come back down. Okay, that's 1. Up, 2, and we're going through these slow, not worried about speed, just trying to get a little bit more stretch each time. 3, 4, I wanted to mention too, a modification is bringing your elbow up. 5, if that feels too intense for you with both hands on the ground. 6, you can bring your elbow up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch legs. Now we're going to switch directions that we're twisting. Either both hands starting down, bracing your arm against your leg, or if that's too intense, you can bring your elbow up to your knee and twist from here. So let's do 10 times on this side. Each time trying to go a little bit further. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. You can bring that leg down. Now we're going to move into a cat-cow. So both my hands are down. For this one, I'm rounding my upper back and then letting my back drop down. So rounding and then dropping down. My elbows stay straight through all of it. If you're seated in your chair, you can do the same thing with your hands on your knees. So hands are on your knees in front of you. And you're rounding out your upper back and then letting your back drop down. My elbows stay relatively straight through all of it. So let's do 15 of these all together. Moving slow, trying to really feel the stretch. Round up and drop down. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10, 5 more, up, 11, up, 12, up, 13, up, 14, up, and 15. Good job. Couple more in this position. Now we're going to get onto our stomach. And we're going to do, let me drop my camera down a little bit. We're going to do that prone power move, which is a twist. So to get started, I'm going to push one hand under. And I'm going to set myself up so that my front knee is down and my hands are together like this. To twist, I'm going to open, turn a little bit so I get a better angle. So my bottom leg is straight, my top knee is down, my hands are together. I'm opening up as far as I can before this knee lifts. I don't want it to come off the ground, and then coming back together. And if you're seated, I want you to do that seated power move, the power twist. So let's stay on this side. I want to do 10 on this side and we'll switch sides. So bottom leg is straight, top knee is bent, knee is touching the ground, hands start together. Looks like most people are there. So we're going to open up and let your eyes follow that hand. Come back together. 1. Open up, look at your hand. 2. Twist open. 3. Don't let that knee lift off the ground. Open. 4. Open. 5. Open. 6. Open. 7. Open. 8. Open. 9. Open. And 10. All right, let's flip over to your other side. As we roll, again, your bottom leg is going to be straight and your top knee will be bent. So since I'm on my right side, my right leg is down straight And my left knee is bent so that it's touching the ground and my arms are out in front of me. You guys are looking good. If you're seated again, you're doing your power twist where you're starting with your arms open and then twisting across. Looks like most people are there. Okay, let's open up. Don't let that knee lift off the ground. And then back together. 1, open, 2, open, 3, open, 4, open, 5, open, 6, open, 7, open, 8, open, 9, open, 10. All right, let's come back onto your stomach. One more on the ground. So this is similar to the power up that we've done, but I'm going to make it a little bit more of a stretch. So I want to do press ups. So starting with my elbows under my shoulders, I want to push my elbows up straight to really get an arch in my back, as long as it feels comfortable, and then back down. Maybe for you, this position in itself is enough of a stretch, so you want to start there. If you feel any discomfort with it, don't continue, don't push into it, but you want to push up, feel a stretch, and then back down. You can do this at the wall if you're standing, pushing up against the wall, but let's do 10 nice and slow here. So with my elbows bent, pushing up into more of a stretch, and then back down again. Maybe you just want to hang in this position if this really feels like a stretch for your upper back. 2, and Pat's doing it well. If you're seated, you kind of want to arch your back there. 3, good. 4, 5, good job. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's come out of this position. We're going to do one more round of those, but go ahead and grab a drink if you'd like to. Getting our muscles warm and really trying to go a little bit further in this stretch this next time around. I have a couple of progressions to all of them that I'll show you so that you can either do it the same way that we did or make it a little bit harder this next time around. Again, I'm going to be showing the versions kneeling and on our stomach, but you can modify any of these to standing or sitting. So give everyone about another minute to get a drink and get ready, and then we'll do one more round. As a reminder, if you're doing the hip flexor stretch and standing, our first exercise, I want one leg behind me, and then I'm gonna push my hips forward till I feel a stretch on the front of my leg here. And I'm just gonna hold it for that 20 count. So whatever leg is behind, you're pushing forward and holding. So the modification, if you're coming into a kneeling position, what you can try instead, and you may want some support for this, it's up to you. So instead of going all the way into kneeling, I'm gonna get into a backward stepping lunge. I know that my top half is cut off, but I want you to see my leg. So instead of being down and kneeling, my back leg is straight, and I'm just gonna hold this deeper lunge here. And from here, we can still you can bring your hands up to your knee like this, and you should really feel a stretch on the front. So that's how we're gonna do the hold. This is the modification. You can do it the way that we started, or this is a little bit harder if you wanna get more intense with it this round. So let's go ahead and grab your position, whether you're standing, whether you're in half kneeling, or you can try this modification with me. And you can hold here, or you can put your hands on your knee, but we're gonna do a 20 count, okay? So we'll get started with our counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, I stopped too early. Keep going. We're going to 20. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now switch legs. So you're kneeling with one foot behind you or standing with one leg behind you, or you can get into this deeper lunge with me. Our back leg is straight. We're gonna hold here. Make sure that you're pushing your chest up tall to feel that stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So I'm going to switch legs again for my twist. And so instead of going down into half kneeling, I'm going to keep my knee off the ground. So I'm kind of in a lunge position, and I'm going to do my twist, still bracing against my leg, opening up and coming back down. But if you can see, I'll turn sideways. My back leg is in a deep lunge. So I'm twisting open from here, or you can do it the same way that we started. One knee down, opening up and back down. Couple options for how to make it work well for you. So we're going to do 10 on each side again. And again, you can brace on your knee if you're sitting as well. 1, all about control for this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch legs. So either with one knee down, or you can come up into a deep lunge where my back knee is off the ground like this, but my hands are down. And bracing my hand against my leg, we'll twist to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, coming into that all 4 position, we're going to get set up for our cat cow. 15 of these. We're going to round up and down. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10, up, 11, up, 12, up, 13, up, 14, up, 15. All right, coming down for our power twist. So coming down into your side, your bottom leg is straight, your top knee is bent. Everyone a moment here. Or you can do your power twist seated. We're going to do 10 to each side. Okay, looks like most people are there. All right, we're going to open and twist. 1, open up. 2, open. 3, open. 4, open. 5, open. 6, open. 7, open, 8, open, 9, open, and 10. Let's roll to your other side. Again, bottom leg is straight, your top knee is bent. Don't let that top knee lift off the ground. Arms are straight out in front. All right, we're gonna rotate open and twist back together. 1, open, 2, open, 3, open, 4, open, 5, open, 6, open, 7, open, 8, open, 9, open, 10. All right, we're coming back on our stomachs. We're gonna finish with that press up. So my elbows are bent, and from here, I'm pushing up to straighten my elbows out. I can do the same thing if I'm seated, extending my back, so I'm getting a stretch in my upper spine. We're gonna do 10 here. 1, and shouldn't be painful. If it's uncomfortable, don't go as far. Or maybe you just wanna hold, that's number 2. Maybe you just wanna hold in this position and that feels like enough of a stretch for you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Let's come back up to standing. Grab some water. Keep your mats out. We'll use those again, but we're going to transition just to some standing moves for our next bit of our circuit. But grab some water, have a seat. We'll take a minute to recoup and rest. Hopefully you're feeling your back loosen up, getting some more mobility in our hips. So the idea is now that we have warmed up and stretched those joints and those muscles, we're going to use that motion that we've gained to really get a little bit more with our next exercises. So I'm going to go through and explain them real quick. Take your rest, keep drinking your water. You don't have to jump up with me yet, but I just want to start to explain them because we're going to go through them a little bit quicker this time. So the first one, you can either do at the wall or you can just do in front of your chair. But essentially, if I'm at the wall, I'm going to show you facing this way so you can see better. I'm going to extend my opposite arm and leg behind me. So I'm kicking back my left arm and my right leg and then switching. Opposite arm and leg, or you can see from the front end, kicking back my opposite sides together. All right. Sometimes it's helpful to do it at the wall because you get a little bit of feedback and you can push off a little bit easier. But you don't have to do it at the wall. You can do it from somewhere else. Our second move is our power up. So we're really using that extension that we got in our upper body, that as we come forward, we're exploding up, stretching that upper back. Doing a sit to stand with that power up. The next one we're doing is a lunge with an overhead reach. So for this one, we're lunging forward, and your option to use your hands or not. Lunging forward and reaching your arms overhead and then stepping back together. So now that we've warmed up those hips, really using some of that new motion that we have. That's our third exercise. And then the last one we're doing is a side lunge. So sitting down, going as low as we can, and then coming back. Sitting into this side lunge. You can do it holding on to the chair in front of you as well. So those are our 4 exercises. I'm going to get a timer set up for us this time. So 4 exercises, a minute on and 30 seconds off. Okay. So we're starting with that opposite arm and leg extension at the wall. Go ahead and get into standing and get ready. Give everyone a second to get there. All right, so we're gonna begin. So opposite arm and leg, extending back. You can do it at the wall. You can do it standing in front of your chair. Option is up to you. Opposite arm and leg kicking back at the same time. The wall is a nice place to start with it so that you have something to brace on. But you don't have to be at a wall to do it. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. You're halfway done. "15 seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. All right, 30 seconds to transition into our sit to stand with a power up. So really using that extension that we've been working on to explode out of that sit to stand. I have about 10 seconds to get ready for this one. We'll do a minute of them. All right, here we go. So big forward reach and explode into that power up, and then come down slow. Reach forward and explode, arms back. And remember that you can always use your hands to push up if you need to. And then once you're standing, you can do that extension. So make sure that you feel safe while you're doing this. Good job, everybody. We're halfway done. I love the extension I'm seeing. Everyone's doing such a good job pushing their chest forward and squeezing their shoulder blades. 10 seconds left. All right, and rest. We're going to transition to our lunge with overhead reach. So you can either hang on with one hand, or you can bring both arms up overhead as you lunge, but really sitting deep into that lunge. I'm going to tell you when it's halfway and we'll switch legs. About 5 seconds to get ready here. All right, let's begin. So lunging forward with an overhead raise and stepping back together. Maybe you want to keep your hand on the chair as we do that. That's a great option. But it's really seeing about how tall can you keep your chest. Seeing if we can sink a little bit deeper into that lunge now that we've warmed up our hips. All right, we're halfway. Why don't we switch to our other leg? I gotta remember which leg I did. There we go. Make sure that you feel safe. Give yourself some support of the chair if you need it. Great job, everybody. Two and one. All right. 30 seconds to rest. We're transitioning into that side lunge. So I'm going to tell everyone when it's halfway again. For this side lunge, I'm kind of keeping my hands in front of me, or you can keep them on a chair, sitting my hip back into that side lunge and then stepping back together. So it's like I'm sticking my hips back as if I'm sitting in a chair. 3 seconds. All right, begin. Lunging to the side. And as I lunge, you'll notice that as my 1 knee bends, this leg stays straight. Nice job. Everyone's doing a great job keeping your posture up tall, not letting yourself bend forward. halfway, so let's switch sides. We're gonna lunge the other direction and then together. Ten seconds left. Awesome. About a minute to rest. We're running out of time, so I think I'm going to do a shorter round where we'll do only 30 seconds of work. But everyone gets about a minute to rest here before we start our second round. So we're starting back at the top with that opposite arm and leg extension. One more round through those 4 exercises, just a shorter work. So about 30 more seconds and then we'll get started. This is our last round of intervals, and then we're going to move on to our power moves for today. All right, 5 seconds, then we'll get started. Okay, so here we go. So opposite arm and leg extending back. Remember, you can do this at the wall, or you can just do it in front of us here. However you're comfortable, give yourself some support of a chair if you need to as well. The wall can be a really good option for that too, because you can brace yourself against it. 10 seconds left, real short intervals. All right, transition. We're going to move to our sit to stand with that power up. So have a seat, make sure you're at the front of your chair. Big forward lean, and you can use your hands to push up on your chair if you need to get up to standing, and then you can do your power up. 10 seconds to get ready. 3, 2, and 1. All right, here we go. So shorter rounds this time. See if you can push yourself a little bit harder because we have only half the time that we're going to do our sit to stand during. Ten seconds left. All right, and rest. Just 2 more exercises. We have our lunges forward first. You can either keep your hand holding on as you lunge with one arm raising overhead, or you can let both arms come overhead. You have about 15 seconds before we're going to start that one. 2 more exercises. All right, let's begin. And again, I'll tell you when we're halfway so that you can switch legs. Really sinking into that lunge. Let your back knee bend down towards the ground. Good job, everybody. Let's switch legs. Make sure that you're giving yourself some support if you need it. All right, rest. We're transitioning to our last exercise. This is our side lunge. You can use something in front of you to hold on to, or keep your hands in front of you. You're sitting your hips back. This leg stays straight, and then lunging back together. About 15 seconds before we need to start, I'll tell you when we're halfway so that you can switch sides. This is our last circuit exercise of today. All right, let's start. Sitting your hips back and stepping together. Big push off to step your feet all the way together. Nice job, everybody. Let's switch sides. All right, nice job. Rest, grab some water. We're gonna get set up for our power moves next. We're doing our power moves on hands and knees today. We've already been practicing in that position, so we should feel a little bit warmer and more flexible. It should be easier to do some of our moves there. As always, you can stay seated in your chair. And I want to highlight another good option. If you're not comfortable being on all fours like this, one of my favorite modifications is with your hands up on your chair. You have so much more control from here, and it's a lot easier to do our power step if you have trouble doing it with your hands all the way on the ground. So you can give that a try either with us in class, or if you want to try it later, it's a great option that makes it much more accessible for some people. I'm going to give everyone about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to get started because we're tight on time today. We're starting with our power up first. If you're in your chair, if you remember, you're bending down forward and then squeezing your shoulder blades back, kind of like how we did our sit to stand, except you're not standing. And if you're with me on all fours, we're doing a small elbow bend and then powering up through here. So let's do 10 of these together. Let's count up by twos as we do it. Let's come down, 2, down, 4. So I come down slow and I power up fast. 6, down slow. 8, power up fast, down slow, lots of control. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. All right, we're getting ready for our power rock. So we did this one in our warm up. If you're seated in your chair, you're leaning down and extending one arm and one leg, coming back to the middle, and then extending your opposite arm and leg. Okay, if you're on all fours with me, this is where we're rocking back into a child's pose stretch. My elbows stay straight and I'm rocking forward like this, similar to our prone extension that we did. Let's do 10 together. Let's count backwards. Let's see, we'll count backwards from 30 by threes. So we'll end at number 3. So rock back, 30, rock back, 27, rock back, 24, rock back, 21, rock back, 18, rock back, 15, back, 12, back, 9, back, 6, last one, and 3. All right, getting ready for our power twist. So for this one, you're gonna tuck your arm through and then twist up to the side. And I'm gonna have us alternate and switch arms each time. And twisting the other arm through and reaching up. If you're seated in your chair, your power twist starts with your arms out wide, turning to clap, and then rotating to the other side, okay? Let's do 10 all together, and let's count by 5s. So we'll twist through, and count with me loud at home too. 5, now switch sides. Twist, 10, twist, 15, twist, 20, twist, 25, twist, 30, twist, 35, twist, 40, twist, 45, and twist, 50. All right, we have one more power move. This is our power step. So if you're seated in your chair, that's just taking a big step out with one leg and then a big step in. Try to see how high you can lift your knee. If you're on all fours, we're going to do a small rock backwards to build momentum so that we can explode our foot forward. So I'm taking a big step forward. See if you can bring it up by where your hand is. And then stepping back. So our hips are warm. This should be a little bit easier. If that is hard to step your foot forward, you may want to try this modification that I mentioned, rocking back and then stepping forward, much easier with your hands up here. So let's do 10 of these. Our last power move. We'll count backwards by 10 for this one. Rock back, 10. Rock back, 9. Good job. Rock back, 8. Rock back, 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Great job, everybody. Go ahead and take your time coming back up to your chairs. We're going to finish with some stretches. Grab some water, take your time coming up. Nice job with those today. Give everyone another moment to get up and get settled. Everyone's making their way. Once you get back in your chair, I want you to focus on some deep breathing to get started. So my favorite way to teach people how to start using their belly to breathe is starting with your hands on your stomach. And I want you to inhale through your nose. And as you inhale, I want your stomach to rise out into your hands. And it's kind of funny if you've never done it this way before, but as you inhale, your stomach should push out. And then I want you to exhale for 4 seconds. And as you exhale, your belly should lower, your hand should go back in. So let's try a few rounds like that. Inhale, push out into your hands for 2 seconds. Inhale, 1, 2. And now as we exhale, our hands go back towards our stomach for 4 seconds. Nice and slow blow out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. Inhale for 2. 1, 2. Exhale 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 2. 1, 2. Exhale 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that one more time with me. Inhale for 2. 1, 2. Exhale 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can try that next time you're laying on your bed with your knees bent. It's much easier to feel your stomach rise and fall, but what that's doing is tapping into your diaphragm muscle. It's your big breathing muscle that helps you get so much more air when you're exercising. But we'll move on to some stretches now. Let's do a couple overhead reaches. Reaching up, inhale and exhale down. Do that 3 more times slow. Inhale up. You can practice your belly rising and falling as you do this too. And one more. Let's move into a hamstring stretch. So stretch one knee out in front of you. Keep that knee straight and bend forward. And I'm not worried about you reaching your toes. Don't let your knee bend. Just reach forward as far as you can until you feel that stretch. And let's hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. And bend forward at your hip. Keep your knee straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring one leg up across your knee. If this is too challenging, you can straighten your bottom leg so that it's further down. You want to push at your thigh and lean forward. We'll hold again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Lean forward at your hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stretch out our shoulders. So bring one arm across your body and pull it close towards you with the other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stretch out our upper back. So clasp your hands together in front of you and round your back out this way. I'm pushing my hands away. And we'll hold for 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now clasp your hands behind you and pull your shoulders down to stretch out the front of your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last, we'll do a neck stretch. So bring your ear down towards your shoulder. Then one arm's gonna pull down, the other arm can tuck behind your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head to the other side, switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head back to the middle and come on back up. We are all set today. Great job today. I'll stick around for a couple minutes if anyone has any questions. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your week.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome. Good job, everybody.
Thanks, Katie. Great set of exercises.
Katie, I have a question about breathing.
Yeah.
In our yoga class, they say to exhale out of your nose. And I noticed you're saying exhale out of your mouth.
Everybody says out of the mouth. One.
You're right. That is how I was coaching it today. So is it in the yoga class through MPF that you've been coached to breathe out your nose?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. In through our nose and out through our nose.
Yeah. She might tell you. If she doesn't, I'll tell you.
Oh, jump in. Yeah. If you have an answer to that, jump on.
I asked Mindy about this, and she
Yeah.
said had to do with the cilia in your nose. It filters out things in the air that you don't want to get into your system. So that's why you breathe out.
That helps. That helps the inhale, or it
Right.
filters on the inhale. It's probably not going to filter on the exhale.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. There's more to the story.
Yeah, I don't know the reason what Mindy's thought behind it is, and she probably has way more experience on breathing exercise through her yoga training than I do. It's something that I've incorporated, specifically was trained about it in people who have COPD. It keeps air in your lungs longer when you breathe out through your mouth, especially when you breathe out through pursed lips, like we've practiced a couple times, like that way. And so I like to, when I'm coaching people on breathing, I do it from that perspective. And in my mind, I'm thinking we're keeping more air, more oxygen in your lungs for longer. And when you're breathing out through pursed lips like that, it almost adds some resistance to it to build those muscles. But I'm sure that Mindy has some absolute reasons behind why she coaches it that way. And so keep up with it as she's taught you during your yoga exercises, and you can do it either way you prefer during my classes. But good question. I don't know her thought. I'll have to ask
I'm
her.
flexible. I can do it the way you do it for your class and the way she does it for her class.
And maybe you can see what you like better and what works better for specific exercises, because some may feel better during some exercises and better for others. So you'll have to let me know what you find and what ones you like more.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
I think Mindy said too, like it has to do with something with the nervous system, the way they breathing in and out through the nose, so.
I know there's a lot of thought around the inhale and exhale with our nervous system for sure. That's why I had you do an elongated exhale, that it is tapping into our part of our nervous system. When you exhale, that is the rest and digest. If you've heard of that part, it's called our parasympathetic nervous system. So with the longer exhale, it is doubling the time that we're getting that relaxation, rest and digest, more of a recovery. So I haven't learned about the breathing out through your nose versus mouth, but I wonder if that taps into kind of that same principle. That's interesting.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Think-
Good
Did
job,
everybody
Mindy.
see Ed's nice picture
Very
on
good
the
job, Katie.
publication?
I did. That was so sweet. Ed and Tori, right?
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
it said that Tori is my favorite instructor.
Watch out.
I have several other instructors. So when I read that, I thought, well, I'm in trouble.
You're allowed to have a favorite. I'm not offended by that at all.
You're really good, Katie.
Yes,
Guys. But yeah, that was a great picture, Ed. It was fun to see you in there.
Mhm.
yeah. It was fun for me.
Oh, I bet.
Aw.
Thank you, Katie.
All right, you guys.
Thank
Have a
you.
good- There's a note in here too that you didn't see that classes will be canceled December 24th through January 3rd, but then we'll pick up the 4th.
Good.
Thanks, Katie. Good job.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Goodbye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Enjoy your day.